little trouble getting my internet working, but I did accomplish a lot yesterday, or I guess yesterday and today. um, I did true up all these patterns that I've been working on, and I did blow them up. So these are the Olaf patterns right now, and I'm going to cut these out and make the full size head. Hopefully, I did it right. This worked out just the way I thought it would. I basically turned them upside down and did the blank side, and then copied it in Photoshop, put a stroke around it, and then I'm cutting it and blew it up to 140%. So see how well I did. And then I transferred everything that needed to go onto the other side. I should probably mount these onto cardstock, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to make more than 2 Olafs, so we'll see, I guess. Okay, there's one of them. I think I'm going to build the final. I don't think I'm going to bother making yet another test piece. That may come back to bite me, but we'll see. Before I get too far on this, I'm gonna also start notching everything. I have way too many notches on the front of this thing, but that's what I did. And luckily, I got away with only having to piece together one of these patterns. Everything else fit onto a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. At least I have that going for me. And if I had gone over to Kinko's, I probably could have printed it out at full size, at 140% on 1 or 2 pieces of paper, but I didn't feel like driving. think this might be backwards. Let's see. I'm going to check them against the actuals before I build this thing, but that looked like really small mouth plate, and I know this thing's pretty big. And the only one I didn't do was the bottom one, and I just forgot it. But since it's just a circle, I'm not going to really worry about it. It's like more of an oval with a notch out of it, but I think I can figure that one out. And if not, I can make one. It almost lines up. Hello there. Hey, how's it going? JRR. Things are going well. I'm just cutting out the new patterns for Olaf here. Hopefully they line up. Yeah, it's close enough. This should be the final head. If I did everything right. If I didn't, then it's going to be a dismal failure. All right. All right, I'm gonna make these pieces first because I know what type of foam I'm gonna use. Man, I've been blowing through a lot of foam. I should probably order some more. Well, I want to check them before I do anything else. Okay, so that's the pattern I forgot to do, but I'll. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so these will be reversed too. So that's that one, which looks good. And then this is the one I was confused about. Yeah, so the mouth should be on this side because it's reversed. Should be like that. Okay, great. That's the lower. This is the upper, I think. And this is the upper. There we go. That's the upper. Great. Okay, that one looks good. Okay, this is the head piece. Yeah, that looks right. Great. I did it. I did it. I did it correctly. I forget what hurt you were talking about, JR. I just barely gave myself enough foam to fit both of these on here. I was working a football game last Saturday, and I tried to get into the van with my bad knee because of that. It strained it. Hopefully, it will heal up. Oh boy, that's rough. I was dealing with a what do you call it? Bad sciatic nerve for close to a year and a half. It just in the last year has been back to normal. But I could barely walk there for a while. It was awful. I hate getting old. I'm glad you're feeling better, though. All right, so I got the first one done. And the only other one I was thinking about doing out of this foam was the lower jaw, but I'm still not 100% decided on that. So, yeah. If I have any pieces will fit on this. I wonder if I should just use L200 though. This would be a little bit stiffer, which I like. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe one of them. Let me get the other one of these figured out. I just want to make sure that I make a left and a right of this. So I already made a left. I'll make a right here. I had surgery on that knee in 2002, over 20 years ago. Did you have to have a knee replacement or something else? My brother's had quite a few meniscus tears in one of his knees. My mom had both of her knees replaced. I probably just violated all kinds of HIPAA regulations just then. Okay, got those two pieces done. What else can I make? That will fit. I'm trying to use up all my scraps before I tear into my last piece of that last full sheet I have. I know this is thrilling. I'm just trying to get it. I was mountain climbing for Boy Scouts, and it was a torn ligament. It was a small tear. Oh, gotcha. Those two pieces. Something else. I may decide after I do this that I need to make it out of L200 because I do have some white L200. But like I said, it mainly is that I don't want to use up the expensive stuff on number one, and number two, it's a little bit more flexible, which may not be a bad thing. This may end up being a test head. Actually, I think I'm going to make the lower jaw out of L200. I think that'll be good. I like to put as many types of foam in every build that I do. Okay. I'm going to show you here. This is L200. This is one type of foam. It's very similar to EVA foam. but you can see how flexible it is. And then this is the same thickness, and it's got a little bit more rigidity to it. So I may just cut my losses and do the whole thing out of this stuff. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Yeah, I have the same problem. Whenever it rains, my back stiffens up. At least if I do this out of this stuff, it'll look like Olaf once I put it together. Okay. Let me see if I can fit the rest of this on here. The other stuff I was using, I get it at Harbor Freight, and I think I get 4 sheets of it for $10, $8, something like that. So I usually just use it for patterning. So just because I marked it up doesn't mean it's going to go to waste. So I'm going to heat form this before I glue it together, which just means I have a heat gun and I'm going to kind of pre-bend it on some of the more severe curves. So it doesn't really matter how I lay this on here. It's not like fabric which has a stretch going one way or not. So that's why I can pivot these things around to best use the piece of foam that I have. Okay. That one's still okay. Okay, I think that was a better option. To do all that twice. All right. All right, now I need to do the mouth palette. Trying to decide what I want to make the mouth palette out of. I think I'm gonna make it out of this. So what this is I needed some vacuum plastic for making eyes, and that's what this is. It's the right thickness and everything, but it's got this texture on it. I don't know if you can see it. That when I vacuum form stuff, it makes it look like it's like I don't know, prune or something. It's all messed up. So I've just been using it for making mouth plates and anything else that I don't really need to see. So I think that's what I'll do with this as well. All right. Okay, I got everything cut out now, at least. Or patterned out. I haven't cut anything out yet. My hope was to, with this stuff, because it is textured on one side and smooth on the other, that I could, depending on how I put it into my vacuum former, make it work. Unfortunately, it didn't. I'm probably gonna have to put a grip in this thing too, because it was pretty. It wasn't snug, but it was usable as it was in the original. But this is almost 1.5 times as big as the original one. I'm gonna have to go get some blue, probably blue felt or craft foam or something for the inside of the mouth. I don't think I have any. I might have some blue fabric that would work. Okay. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. And I went about 5/8 of an inch in between the two halves. And more or less lined up. Good. And you want to press down the. Yep. Not enough. It's even shorter. Okay, I guess I'm gonna. I hate you. This is the most expensive and the worst gaff tape I've ever bought. It wasn't that the gaff tape itself was super expensive. It was that the shipping was like $40 for one roll of tape. And you want to make sure that the hinge is as thin as the tape is all pressed down inside there, so it'll fold nice. I did it reverse. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Oh no, that's right. Okay. Great. I actually thought I might be able to get this together today, but I just realized that since I don't have the fabric for the inside of this mouth, I can't really install it. But I can do everything else. I'm going to cut these all out on my saw. Okay. Let's see if I can set up a camera that you guys can see. All right, I'm gonna go cut. Hopefully I'm in camera to some extent. I had a dust mask here someplace. What did I do with it? I don't think I threw it away. And let me go get another one. I ended up buying a ton of these things after, or just at the end of COVID, thinking, oh, we're going to have to use these for a while. And then I have like 50 of them left. I don't always do this, but I probably should always do this. Put on a mask when I use this because it does pick up a lot of dust. Okay, only 75 more pieces to go. No, not quite that many. All right, so I'm going to take a little break. But so you can see how nice and clean these cuts are compared to if I did it by hand. So that's why I'm doing it with the. Oh, are you not seeing anything, Dave? Am I not broadcasting? Looks okay. I like that you're laughing at your own joke, Dave. Okay, so I got 4 more pieces to do. So flop it back over. I'm just happy to be making some progress on this project. At least I have a use for these N95 masks. Okay. Home stretch. Home stretch as far as cutting these things out. Does Tilly have to wear a mask too? No. Tilly is nowhere to be found in here. It just kicks up enough dust that I worry about the, L200 coating the inside of my lungs. Who knows? But okay, so these pieces are the last pieces I need to cut out, which are great. Although these are the last L200 pieces I have. I may have to do some funky stuff, maybe cut some of this by hand, but I think I can do all of it. Let's see. Ugh. Home stretch, though. I know you guys can barely see anything the way I have the camera set up. I'm sorry. Well, that was harrowing. Got one last piece. It's starting to sound funny. Hopefully, it doesn't break a needle, break a blade. Okay. Done with that. I'm sure my neighbors love me. Okay. All right. Let me read the. Nice surgeon mask. Can you cut both at the same time? I possibly could. In fact, I do that a lot where I cut them both at the same time. The only reason I didn't with this one is because there are some really like specific curves I'm trying to do. And sometimes when you're trying to feed two pieces in there at the same time, they get off and it gets really nasty. So let's see. What does Dave say? He probably could, but if anything shifts, the pattern will be off. I think he's cut multiple pieces stacked before, but connected them somehow to keep them from shifting. Yeah, I usually put a couple of needles in there. Yeah, the only reason I wear the mask is because my whole studio ends up covered in L200 dust, and recently I've been really afraid that I'm gonna kill myself by doing that. So anyway, all right, okay, so these are the only pieces that are made out of reticulated foam, which are the cheeks, and so I find that I've cut um, reticulated foam or dry fast foam with a bandsaw before, but for whatever reason, and maybe I have the wrong blade in there or something, but it always seems to catch on it, and so I didn't want to deal with it. But the whole, I mean, I could have cut this just as easily with a razor blade, but it's always such a smoother cut. Um, and also, if I was doing a bevel, which I do have to do a bevel on the lips, so maybe I'll do that before I glue it. But it makes it a lot easier. Although I'll probably do that off of camera just because takes every bit of my concentration to do it right. Okay, there's that. Yeah, I have a box of like 50 of them that are left over from the last time I went to Gen Con, and we were still doing COVID masks, and I had to buy like 50. I had to, was it Gen Con? It might have been a different one. For whatever reason, I bought like 100 pack of them or something like that, and have 50 of them left. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to heat form these guys now. Let me go get the heat gun. So if I were to bevel these, I would bevel this edge. Let's see. This goes like that. So this edge in, and then that edge in. Yeah, maybe I should do that before I do anything else. I'm going to get off camera just now and see if I can do this easily. Yeah, I'm just going to zip this real quick. Well, I did the first one. It turned out okay. So what I did was I put a bevel in the place where the mouth is going to go in. So let me do the other 3 pieces. All right, so I'm done with the bandsaw now. It's real easy for the really thin pieces of L200 to get stuck into the blade. Let's see. Hopefully we still... I still haven't purchased one, but I will eventually add this tool to my tool chest. I've been wanting one for years. I just don't need to bevel all that often. What is that? Is that a... I can't click on it until I get off the feed. So is it like a router or something? Or... Okay, so I did all that. Let me plug this in. Tell you, I learned all this part from watching those people make the cosplay armor, because L200 used to just drive me crazy when I used to build with it, because it has absolutely no bend to it at all, or it's more rigid than what I like. And as a side effect, the seams end up popping all the time. So all right, so the heat forming definitely does help. Oh, cool. I'll have to take a look at that then. We used to have a thing at one of my at DirecTV when I worked there in the cutting room, where we would we had this thing for cutting. It was like a mat cutter that I used to use on cutting plastic and stuff, but almost melted my computer. That would have been great. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now you can kind of see the shape of his nose coming in there because I heated it up and stretched it in position. One of them. Well, spent that the wrong way. They're similar, but L200 is a specific type of high-density closed-cell cross-linked polyethylene foam, often marketed as a premium EVA foam. It features a smooth, texture-free surface on both sides. Standard EVA foam, especially the cheaper craft or floor mat variety, often has a textured, non-smooth surface that requires sanding. Whereas L200's smooth finish provides a cleaner and faster path to finished product for projects like cosplay armor. Yeah, so L200, the main thing I like about it is that it is smooth on both sides, which is nice. It also tends to make the curves a little bit easier than EVA does. But the one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't really behave like EVA foam does, where when you put slits in it, it'll expand when you put the heat gun on it. So if you're trying to make things like panel lines, EVA foam's the way to go. It's also not quite as rigid. So a lot of times I'll use it if I'm trying to what do you call it? If I'm trying to make something like working against a mech or whatever, I sometimes I'll have to use EVA foam just to give it a little bit more rigidity. No, so you asked if there was any sign of shrinkage after you heat it up. No, I haven't seen any difference in size. Sometimes it'll get a little bit bigger if you stretch it out. One of the things when I used this when I was making C3PO, and I was trying to get that round thing on his head, the round top of his head. And the way I did it was I patterned it out and heat formed it, and then using floor mat foam, and then I cut off the excess until I had the right shape, and then I pulled a pattern off of that and was able to make sure it would fit when I put it all together. And I think at the very end I still had to trim a little bit off of it. Basically, you're just trying to relax it so that it'll accept these curves when you glue it. No, I haven't, but I mean, I probably could. I guess I don't do it enough that I feel like I need to, but I tell you what I have used. I have a metal mixing bowl that I use sometimes to. And I'm actually trying to stretch out these darts a little bit just so they'll fit. Okay. I think that just about did that. All right, let's see how this all goes together. I don't know if I'm going to glue it on camera. It's getting a little late, but let's see. So these will go. I'm trying to think which is the front and which is the back. So that's the piece. Okay, so that's the front. So that'll go on like so. I could probably pin it to some extent. All right, so here's the bottom of his head. Go together like so. There's the beak, which will go on like so. Yeah, okay, why not? I guess I'll get to gluing. Let me get this heat gun out of here so it doesn't cause a fire. Okay, so I cannot put in the mouth palette today unless I find some blue fabric. But I can at least get the head put together and we can see if it's the right size, which would be exciting. Oh, no, I'm not trying to ignore you, Cassidy. I'm just deep in thought trying to get this done. Okay. Shut the door so Tilly doesn't get in here. Hope you guys are as excited as I am about getting this done. All right. And of course, I didn't put any thinner in my glue. But I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Well, the occasional Von Neuter is great, but I'm probably going to stick to staying on topic for a little bit. Okay. I think you should work on a Halloween costume to do that for Halloween this year. That'd be a great costume for you to try to figure out. And I didn't make a plug for the bottom of this thing. But I think what I'm going to do because I'm going to do that last. So that way, uh, I can uh, do a full circle to make it little more rounded. Yeah. I mean, we all have our obsessions. I mean, I'm obsessed with Gilligan's Island, I guess. Star Trek. At least I was when I was growing up. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to work on anything over the weekend because I'm going to my parents for their wedding anniversary. It's either 55 or 56. I only know that they were married for 2 years when I was born, and I'm 53. So yeah, yeah. Maybe I need to get some of that thinner. Problem with that thinner is it's real easy to put too much in there. It's real messy. So I will put some in tonight, but I'm not going to do it on camera. Getting sticky. Oh, I shouldn't have done that one. Oh well.
This is why I like to make my patterns that have two pieces. So I don't have to spend all this time putting this glue on. There's that one. Okay, there's that. What did I do with those other pieces? I thought I lost these cheeks. Somebody posted a picture the other day of Digit. I didn't realize the puppet still existed. Well, not Digit. Pixels. Wait. Digit's the one that was Dave Goals and it looked like it was kind of a creepy human, right? I was confusing it with Waldo there for a second. Okay, last piece. All right. That was a lot of gluing. Let me blow out the steam a little bit. Ugh. Okay. Okay, now let's see if I can get this thing together.
And we're done. Okay, let's see. What do I do with my needle? My pins. Okay. For a second there, I thought I made two of the same side, but I did not. All right, starting to get there. Ooh. Oh. That explains it. I put it on backwards. Okay, so now which... Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out which is which. You can start to see it starting to come together. Right, where's the mouth? Where's the lower mouth? I'm getting confused now. Okay, how do these cheeks go on? Okay. So this is A. So that would be that piece. I'm so confused. It's a single. Should go like that. Okay, and that's lining up with that, which is great. Okay, let's get the other one on there. And that fits on there like so. This is a big puppet. Oh, where's the lower jaw? I think I did something wrong here. So that ended up, oh, okay, that explains it. I put it on backwards. I was almost there. I was 95% there. Let me add some more glue. And this goes on like that. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, let me just put some more glue on.
And I'll tape the mouth plate in. So we get a little preview of what it's going to look like. Aside from putting that last piece on backwards, it went on pretty smoothly. Let that dry for a minute.
Okay. All three of us were wrong. The tall part goes to the front. Let's see what we're wrong about here. Okay. Does the taller side on the lower head go toward the back? I always look at the picture on the box when I'm trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle. I I was thinking the same thing. That's cheating. Okay. So I should have known because of the bevel. The bevel was right. It would have been right if I had matched that up correctly. This mouth plate. I'm just going to tape it in because I don't want to glue it. So something happened with these cheeks. I'm not sure what happened here. I wonder if I put them in backwards. I mean, all the tick marks line up, so that's why I think it's right. Let me see. Yeah, I think the cheeks are on backwards. I may have to remake these cheeks. They're pretty... So that's all. Okay, so I'm going to tape on the mouth first. The mouth palette. And then try and figure out how the cheeks go on this thing. All right. Okay, here's the mouth palette. Please don't have a video example of how this goes together so that when I put it together the next time, I know what I'm doing. Maybe. And the only reason I'm not actually gluing this in right now is because I don't have the fabric for the inside of the mouth. All right. So there's that. That looks pretty good. And this is the lower. So probably stay together just long enough for me to realize that it's not working. All right. Oh, not sure how that happened. You guys didn't see that. I not only taped it in wrong side of the front, I did it upside down. So it needs to go in there like that. All right, so there's that. Let's see if we can figure this out. Nope. There's 3 ticks there. And then there's 1 tick there. And that's the way I had it in there. And maybe I had those glued in correctly before. I'm just going to pin them, see if they work. Yeah, that's the way I had them before. I think I need to maybe repattern these cheeks a little bit. Other than that, everything seems to be lining up pretty well. All right, well, I guess I'll glue it. All right, we're going to try it one more time. I think that the
Cheeks aren't quite the right shape. They're close, but they're not quite. Make sure I don't get them mixed up again. I actually think I've had them on there the right way. It's just they're not fitting quite right. I'm just happy most of it seems to be working, you know.
Let me do this very carefully so I don't do it wrong. Okay, actually, that's not looking terrible. Let me pop it over to the. This is where the moment of truth comes in here. All right, so here's my mock-up, and that's pretty much the same size. I think I did it. It's a little taller, which is good, but he's going to need some structure in there. But yeah. Seams go horizontally. Maybe. Well, it's fitting, so I'm just going to leave it. Oh, well. Do I have anything I can use for a nose? Not really. Although I did find both of his eyes. And I'm going to have to get bigger eyes now. You can kind of see. All right. Well, I'm going to take Tennessee Tuxedo here for a little bit more work, I think. And then I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. But, hey, at least I got it blown up to the right size now. And maybe I'll see what Dave has to say about it. Seems go horizontally. All right. Well, I also did. I repatterned that last night after I got off, so it might not go on there the same as it used to. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm off for now, and I will see you guys. Well, actually, I guess I could make the plug here. Let me make the plug real quick for the bottom. I think that'll fit that. So I'm going to go up one size because it always ends up a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, I mean. So that should, maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think just a hair bigger. There you go. Just barely fits. Yeah, the curved half round cutout. So this part, this goes towards the back. Fact of the matter is, it's working, so I'm tempted not to futz with it too much. All right, I'm gonna glue this part in though.
See, it actually changed shape since yesterday, so I'll see what you're talking about. But
I think you put it downward. See how have the V shape at the cheeks pointing backwards. The V shape. So you think this should go down to this way? The V shape. This shape. This here? Let me look at your text. Oh, that's a really old head, though. I changed it quite a bit since that. Well, it'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Of course, I'll obsess over it and then end up redoing it all. Okay, so I got his little plug-in. See, he actually works pretty well, even without any padding in there. Okay, well, all right, now I'm getting out of here. If I make any changes to it, I'll try and document it. The one thing I'm going to do before I do anything, before I cover this, though, is I'm going to bevel. I'm going to take the rasp to this little edge here to kind of round it off. But other than that, he's pretty good. All right. Yes, that should match the back of the curve of the back of the head. So this is the pattern. Okay, we're gonna take one more stab at this, but I'm not gonna take anything apart. So here's the pattern. So that's the way I marked it. Why did that stretch out so much? Oh, you're right. It is on backwards. How is that even lining up like that? This is so weird how this stretched out. Okay, so if I were to put this on correctly, That should be like that. And that should be like that. Okay, let me try it one more time. Like I said, I did make changes. I changed it quite a bit, but I think I did put it on backwards. So I wasn't even showing you what I was doing. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So this A should point towards the front, and it should go like that. And then this big curve should be in the back, which I think is the way. Is it the way I did it? I think I did it right, or at least the way I had it figured out. Yeah. Okay. I did it right, but it's different than it was before because I did make changes. I updated it. All right. Let me glue that back on, and I'm never gonna touch it again.
It's not the most beautiful bit I've ever done, but who cares? I'll clean it up when I cover it. Looks like he has barnacles now.
All right. Okay. So 3 marks down here. There's the little piece. This is the little. This conforms to the mouth. Let's put that on first. So that goes like that. And then that would go there. And then this follows that curve right there and lines up. And that lines up like that. Yeah. I think that's right. I think we're good. I think that's the way it goes. And he's still gonna have the head flap. So all right, so we're gonna call this done for now. I'm gonna go out and get some blue fabric so I can make the inside of the mouth plate, and then see you on Monday. We'll see how far along I am on it. I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend, so I probably won't get anything done on until Monday. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.